1981, I was 11 years old. I also was in a really bad situation. You see, I was in a broken home at the time, and my mom was at a point where her and my abusive stepdad could not afford to take care of my sister and I. And we were sent off to another state to live with my stepdad's parents. It was a very dark time and a sad place for me. I missed my family, my friends, and most of all, I missed my mom terribly. It seemed I had nothing really to look forward to. I did not like my new school. I had no friends, and I was just really going through a difficult time. Most of the time, I would get home from school and would be pretty much alone as my grandmother was working, and my granddad drove an 18-wheeler and was gone most of the time. I had little to look forward to. Then I came across a crazy show that whisked me away and, well, would make me forget the horrible time I was going through, even for a short time. It was a show about a time traveler that would go on adventures and always seemed to have the answers and save the day. That show was Doctor Who. Sure, I had other IPs that I liked, but none was quite as interesting as this show was. I remember it like it was yesterday, the first time I seen it. I still remember the episode I saw, the Centauran experiment. I was hooked at that point. The problem I ran into was that in America, there was not much Doctor Who merch or books at the time. So like most Americans, we rewatched Tom Baker episodes on a PBS loop. And you know what? It was awesome. I would later learn that there were more incarnations of this character, and I could not wait to see them. I knew the special effects were bad. I knew some of the monsters were made out of bubble wrap and tinfoil. I didn't care because the writing and the acting were key components that would draw me in and keep me interested and entertained. It was special. Also, the fact of the matter is that it helped me through a very difficult time in my life as a kid. I remember being sad when the show stopped production in 1989, and curse you, John Nathan Turner. But I always still read the Target novels, and I would pick up the occasional VHS and later the DVDs when they came out. I pretty much collected all of them. Then something special happened. Doctor Who came back in 2005, and I could not be the more happier. I loved the Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, and Matt Smith incarnations. It was like reconnecting with an old friend. It was a special time to be a Doctor Who fan. I remember people thinking I was weird because I liked it as a kid, and you know what? I didn't care. Doctor Who was always there for me in my darkest moments. Doctor Who seemed like comfort food to me, especially during those hard times in my life. Times like losing a family member or a friend, or going through a very difficult divorce, or coming home from a horrible deployment when you just wanted space and escapism. It was what I needed to get me through those times. That brings me to current Doctor Who. As we get ready for the 60th anniversary coming up, it saddens me to think about what has happened to this once beloved, charming franchise. As a lifetime Doctor Who fan, it really hurt bad when I gave up on this show after the Peter Capaldi era. Hell, I can say I really wanted to check out around the time that the powers that be decided to make Missy the Master. Why not Romana or Lorani or Susan? Nothing against Michelle Gomez, because I think she's a great actress. It was at that point I knew where the show was heading. I knew what was coming, and I knew it was going to be devastating to watch. Not to mention, Bill at the end of the Capaldi era was horrible, and I was looking for pretty much a reason to leave and check out. I had endured the destruction of many cherished properties I loved, things such as, Star Wars, Marvel Comics, the NFL, pro wrestling, and later on the MCU, to woke ideology. Losing Doctor Who hurt more than anything else. Sad thing is, we lost this great franchise for political social justice agendas. It was sacrificed on the altar of identity politics by the likes of Chris Chibnall and the higher executives at the BBC. I'm so thankful I never seen any of the Jodie Whittaker incarnations, or I would say the bastardization of this once beloved show. I did not want the show to be ruined to me in any way, and I learned from fellow YouTubers that I was not wrong to dip out when I did. Not to mention, I seen the ratings and it was pretty embarrassing. I felt bad for Peter Capaldi because he could have been a great doctor. Now, the show is pretty much a shell of itself. From what I heard and read, It is no longer the show that we old fans have come to love and turn to help us turn our brains off and forget about everyday life struggles, even for a little while. And something we really need right now in this world is escapism. I would like to believe that the powers that be could save this show about a madman in a box. However, I do not have high expectations. Some of my friends that checked out of this show, like myself, are saying, hey, give it a chance. They're bringing David Tennant back. However, I know where it's leading. Sure, Russell T. Davies is back, but I don't think even he can repair what has been done. Also, did you even listen to the interview with the new doctor? No thanks. In closing, in my heart of hearts, I wish the show would just get canceled because I don't want them to desecrate it any further than they already have. I'm just thankful we have 50 plus years we can still enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye for now.